Temur Delver. That would be David. At it again. And on the right, we have Aluren. That would be Marat. Hello, Samuel. Dragon says, I always want to watch Shadow, but it never seems to do well in these polls. Yeah, Shadow, I don't know. Shadow, somewhere in the middle, I guess. As far as popularity on this channel.
That's what I said. Like, hand me a pile. I'll look at that. I will keep it. Do it.
All right, turn one ponder for Marat. David rocking a spicy emote sweatshirt. And it looks fantastic. I wish I had one, really, is what I would say. Merch links down below.
Yep.
Scalding Tarn getting cracked. Dragon's Rage Channeler. So far, the star of today's stream, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Oh, I thought that was Chain Lightning for a second. It's just regular Lightning Bolt. All right. Bolt the DRC, play a Delighted Halfling, pass.
Yep. 13 cards. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Cracking Scalding Tarn. Okay. Samuel says, I would like to hear opinions about Death and Taxes in the meta and Temur Delver as well. No doubt about it, Temur Delver is a hot deck right now. I'm not really that big on tiers and data from MTGO and all that. Death and Taxes and Temur Delver both seem like great decks to play either more casual legacy events like weeklies and meetups, and both have a good shot in competitive events as well, is my take on it. Yeah, we're on the verge of Karlov Manor as Unholy Heat takes out a DRC. There have been a few cards that have caught people's eye in the early previews, worth at least testing in Legacy, I would say. People are feeling. We have discussion going on right now in our Discord server. If you're not in it, go ahead and join. Spoiler channel is a bit hot every time a new set is on the verge of breaking out.
And what does this actually do? Just add it.
It's just his name now. I guess Lost Caverns of Ixalan, obviously Broadside Bombardiers has made a big impact on Legacy, but I don't... Is there another card that's seeing Legacy play? I can't think of one. After that... Oh, the Stalker, Stalactite Stalker. Okay, so maybe two, maybe three cards getting some play. We'll see if Karlov Manor is in that range as well. Oh, Molten Collapse. Yeah, I forgot about Molten Collapse. That's seeing some play as well. All right, so Lost Caverns of Ixalan had some good ones. Tashana's Tidebinder. Not seeing that much Legacy play, but worth checking out. Yeah, Spelunking. Yeah.
Oh, and can't pay. Token. I will attempt to seek the beast.
Seek the Beast getting Force of Negation, possibly. Resolve, so Questing Druid will go in exile, but not on an adventure, so the adventure token will go away. Let's see if this Delver flips. Force of Will revealed. All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the neat interaction. So I'm going to...
Charge and force plus 2.
Yeah, well of the forgotten a little. AP says, hot take, Fire Design turned every format into standard. Are we still even in Fire Design? Wasn't that like 7 years ago now? I don't know.
Especially because I knew I was going, because I double brainstorm, I was going to go for inset brainstorm, trying to find a way.
Tell you what, that was the last time they tell us what they call their design philosophies for a couple of years of new product, that's for sure.
And
If I do find one of the lands I'm so favored because you are so flooded. But
Let's give our players some behind the scenes. Absolutely not. Minsk and Boo getting dazed here, possibly.
yeah,
Force pitching Force, protecting Minsk and Boo. Force. Oh my God. All right, Force pitching Force from David. Minsk and Boo is in the trash. And looks like Murad is hellbent. Mishra's Bobble showed another Minsk and Boo on top. It looked like another Minsk and Boo on top.
draw for turn.
what's the gas cost?
Response, brainstorm.
Okay.
All right, looking for another daze, possibly. Brainstorm in response to Minsk and Boo. Murad already has a token ready, says, I got this.
I'm guessing like in deck with like CCs, it might be.
Well, you gotta use
Trigger.
Second,
Plus. Yep.
All right, Minsk and Boo. Yeah, daze or bolt, that's true.
how many of those you got in your deck? I run 4. I just if I have more, I'd be like, what?
I'm just taking stock.
3 Minsk.
Minsk goes down to 1. Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
2 cards in? 3 cards or 2? I'm gonna pay 2.
I'll go to 4.
You got it.
Wasteland Reserve. Just keep.
You can bolt Minsk with its ETB trigger on the stack before Marat gets a chance to use one of its loyalty abilities. Double Delver after Minsk takes 3 damage. Pretty good. David was thinking for a moment there, if I could flip these 2 Delvers, I have lethal on board next turn, but maybe also remembering Marat can sack Boo to kill Insect Elaboration, draw 4 cards.
I didn't know.
Boo will go up to 7 now. Attack for 7. David is in some trouble.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's a scoop. All right, Marat takes game 1 on Minsk and Boo. We had some discussion about Minsk and Boo in the Discord today. Some people are missing this card already. I don't know, 6 month to a year period, maybe longer than that. That Minsk and Boo was everywhere.
Use it.
That's me. I'm at 19.
All right, looks like a multi 6. David is on the play. Turn 1 ponder.
Right now, the primary
I'll pass the turn. I'm on board right now.
the stock price is
Cover?
there's no money.
Go.
7-3.
And Goblin. Attack for 2.
Yeah, the 1 ring and 4th year Lingus power crept Minsk and Boo a bit. But Minsk and Boo still shows up here and there. It's not completely knocked out of the format. There's just a lot more crowding in the 4 mana value slot.
Play a life.
Three cards. I just got that.
I'm playing a master program.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Naming.
Souring on Twitch.
Swords, Funding Grove, Murktide, and a Leyline.
So they are leaning towards Instagram and YouTube.
Support your vault. Attempts to.
Seeking the Beast.
That's on my end step, right? Yes, that resolves.
All right, let's see what David finds. Force of Will and Wasteland. All right. It's not the most exciting, but whatever.
Your attacks, beginning of combat.
Could play this Wasteland, save it for later, though.
Is it?
Trying to keep Marat off 4 mana. Mishra's Bauble. Okay, looks like the top card of Marat's deck. We didn't get to see it, but David did. Force of will stay in exile forever.
Turn. I pitched the. No, I pitched the brainstorm first. Time. So then you spell both me and then pop it out. Yep. That's basically Crackle 3. Or I can do them one by one if it matters. 1, 2, 3.
All right, triple fetch happening. No stifles from David. Okay, Snow Forest. Maybe a Snow Island, and it would be pretty neat if a Snow Mountain gets found here. Nope, just Taiga.
Sideboard sometimes. I'm not even playing one. Like,
Oh, you did?
oh no, I did.
I mean, like, it's like the spellbomb's played at like I think half of sideboards.
Yeah.
Questing Druid is on an adventure. No green mana for it at the moment.
Like, this Murktide's a big threat. Like,
Uro. Uro is a problematic creature for Delver. Puts a drop into play.
I needed an edge of 2 resolve.
Carpet of Flowers. That's pretty good for Marat if it resolves.
having the second,
Hard casting a daze. All right, it's countered.
trading 1-for-1 with the shadow with my street race. Like,
Maybe Marat should have played around days, but it's hard to say without knowing the rest of the hand.
I really like Shaggy outside.
Brainstorm for David. Dom in the chat says, I always found Aluren to be a tough matchup to sideboard for and play against. Are you going to see the fair value side of the deck or the combo? Yeah. I think that's absolutely right. Spot on.
So I that version on Friday.
Sometimes the Aluren deck just plays like, and we've seen it appear on a bunch of our recent streams. It just plays like a fair mid-rangey deck with a bunch of creatures, and that's good enough. Doesn't even need Aluren.
I don't like that.
Or in some games, it even plays kind of a control game. Remove your threats and then eventually escape Uro, that kind of a thing. All right, Wasteland takes out the Taiga, questing Druid on the battlefield.
Controls basically act as the 7th best line, and then
Delusional Kraut in the chat is Marat. Every Aluren variation boards out Aluren combo versus Delver decks. But are you sure every time that they're going to do it? Do you leave your enchantment removal in the sideboard, or do you bring it in because of stuff like Carpet? What do we do, Delusional Kraut? I have no idea. Just tell us how to sideboard. Can you write up a sideboard against Aluren guide for us? and post it for free.
Oh, that's the worst.
This
Bomb
Yeah, can't block the
two zero.
It's getting through.
Go to my second main. Yep. Trigger. I'll add 3 greens.
It's left at grid with a 1/1.
You're holding?
I'm going to use 2 and blue.
8 zombies attacking.
You have exactly 5, right?
I have exactly 5.
All right, escaping Uro. The graveyard is completely gone. Uro is going to resolve.
Draw and put a trop in play. 1 floating.
I'm so sorry. One effect shot. We're gonna keep all ports.
I will pass turn after that.
All right, so the advantage bar just swung way over to the right side of your screen. Questing Druid, outmatched by Uro. 3 cards in Murat's hand, it looks like.
I would just get over you.
Sure.
Kill it.
And yeah, if I block in this dies, can you, who snaps the triggers on the bridges?
Not so, I believe I stack the triggers. So I will have one
Do I have... So any deck lists I do have will be posted in our Discord server. Check the pins of the deck list channel. Or you could use the search feature on the Discord. Likely over the next 2 weeks, going to have a batch of deck lists from some local competitive events for everybody to check out. So keep an eye out for that.
Yep.
Is this a brainstorm happening right now? How come it's being resolved in this weird way? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon's Race Channeler. Trigger the Questing Druid. It's a 3/3 now.
Well, I think it's sacrifice a cost. I think if you counter it, yeah.
Wait. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
Am I gonna judge? I have no idea.
113.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I played out this wasted for a reason.
Judge?
What the hell is going on? Be a judge?
Go to combat.
I thought I
You have
was
to leave, right?
Well, we're just trying to figure out. He's targeting this with Mince's ability. He's sacking Boo.
Combat.
Trigger.
I don't think it's
Three matters.
because, like,
Okay. Uro attacking here. We're not getting to draw a card, make a land drop. 6 damage gets in. David's in a tough spot. Looks like David has 4 cards in hand. Hoping for a Pyroblast. Making a bunch of mana with carpet now.
Yeah, if I didn't do it on the
You will
first
not
main phase,
draw
I can
any
do it on my
cards,
second
even
main
if the
phase.
sacrifice creature was a hamster. There's no legal target for the reflexive trigger. In Mince can use second loyalty.
Yeah, I assume
you did it.
Target is illegal as
I
it
can miss
tries
it.
to resolve.
No,
You
it's
not draw
fine.
any cards,
Sorry
even
about
if the
that.
sacrifice-
You're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
So it sounds like
I'm
you
assuming
sack
you
the
used it.
creature and the rest doesn't happen.
So 3 blue.
That's what it says.
Yeah, not much comboing going on right now. But making 3 blue, making a whole bunch of mana. What is this?
Just removing loyalty is the clause.
Hard casting Murktide. Okay. 7 mana, 3/3 flyer. That's kind of funny.
And then I don't have to pay the cost.
Yeah, I don't understand why it says like if the sacrificed creature was a hamster. I don't understand if you still have it on the battlefield or if it's still sacrificed. Based on that.
We can hear a judge call happening in the background with something happening with Mitsk and Boo.
That's confusing.
To this day, I have no idea what was going on.
I don't know.
Who's the smarter person than me?
Yeah, we need somebody better than Eric. Minsk and Boo. Timeless Heroes. Second ability. Counter.
All right, brainstorming, throwing a wasteland into the garbage. Not very good at the moment. Needs a way to beat Uro at minimum. Questing Druid is up to 4/4 now. It could grow larger than Uro. That is a possibility. That might be plan B.
Like it says sacrificed creature as if like.
Oh, I put in 2 already.
Did not expect.
But I can't tell if it creates a second trigger. Because if it's one trigger, I keep the thing. But if it creates a second trigger, then that I root for him.
I'm sorry? How many 5 million?
Reflexive trigger. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or triggers inside other spells and abilities. So the reflexive trigger has a target. Players only choose that target when the reflexive trigger goes on.
Yeah, they were talking about reflexive triggers, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's a second trigger.
Okay, then I do lose.
You do lose the guy, and the second trigger is now.
I think what was happening in the background is someone activated Boo targeting my creature, and then I sacked my creature in response or something, and then there was confusion about whether Boo's still on the battlefield or something. I don't know.
Well, actually, yeah, you can say before you can manage it.
A level 1 judge came by to help us with the situation. I said, level 5 or higher, I'm not even going to talk to you.
Attempt to force of negation second board.
We learned a new term, reflexive trigger.
Yeah, so it's
All right, force of negation on lightning bolts. So Murktide will live. Marat will take 3. Dragon's Rage Channeler has no choice but to attack, even though it probably David would rather have it stay back on defense. And Marat may be willing to trade Uro with this Questing Druid.
Comes from the same thing as a fairy trigger. You're just talking about something.
PVDH says reflexive triggers are when someone shows you a Universes Beyond card and you just walk away from the match. Yeah, we do have some people like that hanging out in our community. And I don't know, I hope they never come back. Akalith says reflexive triggers don't hurt that much, I promise, unless a 7/7 Boo is getting sacrificed, then it hurts a lot. I think that's the exact ruling.
Combat. This is what I would do. Trigger. What did I trigger? Shadows. Draw. I don't know if that's right.
I'm gonna try and cast it.
On the play.
I assume.
Boarded and pound. Yo, you took out force.
Wait, did you put it 2-0 the other way?
No, I put it 2-0, but then you.
Uro and Murktide attacking. Questing Druid could trade.
It's the same. No, like
It says you need to do a green trade for it.
yeah. They just try.
All right, Questing Druid will trade with Uro. It's a good start for David, I guess, but Marat can refill the graveyard and escape Uro again.
It does a surgical. Just put it in one more time. That's not the same.
Yeah, when it comes to judge calls, I'm very much a I want to speak to a manager type of a guy. Surgical gets force of negations.
Not out the forces, but like,
Second main trigger.
I figured that like,
I'm
on the
gonna add
I'm obviously just putting them more flipper, so like I just think I want
I'm gonna add
I
4
want
blue.
to have so much card disadvantage.
Use one of them to Hydroblast.
Looks like Uro's coming back.
2 blue there. Green, green. 2. 5. Trigger.
Remember when everybody wanted to ban Uro?
And
It's your 18
I'll pass.
I didn't actually bring in the whole list.
Yeah.
That was some time. Murktide for David. That could be a good defense here. Looks like it's going to be an 8/8. Pretty good.
So something I've also found with not playing Troll in the 60 is that it
So a 3/3 Murktide and an Uro on Marat's side. 8/8 Murktide for David. David has pretty good defense at the moment. Here's a Ponder looking for an answer to Murktide. If this Murktide gets removed from the board, the game ends. It most likely.
I was also missing street rates. I was like 2 trolls instead of street rates.
I know that feel, man. I know that feel.
I don't know. The way I found space for the Troll was
Red Blast ends the match Yeah, did Marat forget to pump his Murktide from the Uro escape? I missed if there were any instant sorceries in the graveyard. I'd have to rewind and check, but it's possible that was missed. Good point by Akalith.